so much.
So since we closed the arcade in January, I've been doing most of my work out of the garage. It's a different environment, but it's good because I get closer to my family. Also get, somewhat a little bit of work done. I brought home some of my favorite games. I have the world record on Space Fury, so I brought that game home. Check this out over here. I don't know if the landlord was too happy about this, but took the sign and hooked it up. You're not actually so much dancing, but stomping on bugs, hence the name Stompin'. Here, let me show you how to play this thing. So you stand on the squares when the bugs come out, and you actually can stomp on the bugs. So let's try. Oh, spider! Basically, you could tell where they came up with the idea for Dance Dance Revolution. The technology here. It's actually a good workout. So a couple days ago, I got a call from Walter Day of Twin Galaxies. He was all excited. He's like, Richie, how would you like to be part of history at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C.? We were invited to be guests of the Smithsonian. So after I got off the phone with Walter, I started thinking, I'm like, wow, good timing, right? All of a sudden, these games are getting some publicity. Exhibits at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., like the biggest museum. Like, what's going on here? All of a sudden, people are starting to care again. This is exciting.
The Smithsonian. I mean, what is more American than the Smithsonian? They're here to honor the art of video games.
Richie. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Likewise, guys. Faith, this is the godfather of video games. This is Nolan Bushnell.
This guy's got more energy than any two human beings.
You hear that, baby? This guy has changed the world.
So we're here. One of the main reasons is Atari. Nolan really means a lot to me to get to meet him today and just to be here, to listen to him speak. I brought my whole family. I don't know if you saw. He is just an inspiration. And so it's really good to be here. Really excited. It's been close to 9 months since I've been in here. Wow, being back in this place, I could still feel the energy. Do you remember all the posters we used to have up on the wall? Up here, we used to have the posters. We had a poster of me and Steve Wiebe together, had a poster of Billy Mitchell and I. Right over here is where I spent many a day playing pole position. This is about the location of where the pole position was. So I would play, and every time you see someone pull into the parking lot, if I had a good game going, I'd be like, shit, somebody's here. And then my wife would have to remind me and say, no, that's good. Customers are good. But you know me, at the time I was so hell-bent on just beating the pole position score. So many days were spent here playing pole position. This place was great. If you notice, the way that the paint on the walls are, there's a stripe. I used to have marquees lining all the way around the whole way across. This place has a lot of memories, a lot of good times here.
This week, the new Call of Duty video game reported $500 million in sales in the first 24 hours of its release. It's safe to say that Quarters laid the groundwork for companies to make millions like that. Quarters stuck into old arcade games like Donkey Kong. And it just so happens 9 News storyteller Ben Mulkey and I found the Donkey Kong World Championships right here in Denver this weekend.
Welcome to the Kong Off 2. I am so proud to be here. Walter Day is my co-host.
This is the second edition of my brainchild. I did the Kong Off 1 in New Jersey in March of 2011. It was a huge success, and they asked me to come out here to Colorado and host the Kong Off 2. And I'm scared to say that I think this one's going to be even bigger than the first one.
It's safe to say there's a group of people whose passion is something you just have to see to believe.
Richie Knuckles is the man with the football. Before, people have fumbled and dropped the ball, but Richie is going all the way, all 99 yards to the end zone to make this one of the most amazing things of all time.
This is Alan Stahl. Came all the way here from Australia.
I come all the way here to see Richie Knuckles because he's a fabulous guy. All the arcade gamers are great people. It's been the time of my life. I haven't had, besides my kids being born, this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Mr. William Mitchell! And also, too, I want to make it clear for you people, if you guys know what a mullet is when it's party in the back, short up front. His hair is all one freaking length. So don't say it's a mullet. It's not. He's party all the way around. He's going to kill me.
I got sucked back in. One of those Al Pacino movies, they pulled me back in. Hopefully people are loyal and they'll remember how much they missed Richie Knuckles arcade games and hopefully come back. I feel that's promising.
What I admire most about Richie is his ability to not be blinded by the typical naysayers of daily life. You know, when he has his mind set on something, he'll do whatever it takes to achieve that. And usually, like, when people come to the point where they're like, oh, well, I did it, you know, this is great. No, he's like, all right, I'm here, but I need to be up here still. And he would continue to climb. Even if there weren't steps to climb, he built steps. He is taking something that has a handful of people that, you know, that are into it. And he's building this humongous empire around something that if you didn't even, you know, pay attention to any of this stuff, you'd never know it existed.
Richie Knuckles for me is a mystery in New Jersey. You know, the Jersey Devil in Gravity Hill. There's some things that are mythical in New Jersey. Some things you know they might exist, but pretty much they don't. I've heard about the Richie Knuckles arcade for years now. Supposedly it's this big, badass, amazing arcade run by this guy who can take video games that are old and lost and make them look like they're new and play new. And
not only is he real, he's not legend. He's a man.
He's a man.
He's like a real man. He's got a look at that beard. That beard's glorious.
Hey, wait a second. I love these guys. I don't want to. People often ask me, do I think that one day the machines will all be gone? That if the last machine on Earth will be a Richie Knuckles machine? And it always makes me laugh because people don't really know the scope of this hobby. I'm just scratching the surface. There are so many people out there like me that love these old machines and that are doing their best to keep them going and just proudly display them in their arcade, their basement arcade, their garage, their living room. It's for our
own enjoyment, but also for our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children to be able to one day stand in front of a pole position and know what it feels like to turn that steering wheel and hug that friggin' hairpin turn and come across the finish line and just hear that tune when you come in first place. There's nothing like it. I have a friend all across the country that will call me and say, Richie, I know you're looking for this part for this machine. I have it, and just send it to me in the mail. So don't even ask me for money. And I do the same for them. It's just all of us together, working together to save these machines one at a time.
I mean, it's obviously fulfilling, you know, as a creator of some of this stuff to like, maybe it's not going to be in the ash bin of history forever, you know, maybe we'll survive these things. But, you know, I worry about, you know, it's a crazy thing. I worry about like, well, EPROMs are supposed to erase after like 10 years or something. And then, like some of these games are like, you know, they're 30, 40 years old and like somehow they're still running. I don't, you know, somehow it's a violation of the laws of physics. I got 2 guys left, you know, it's like the physicality of going up to a cabinet and just grabbing those controls.
Such a great game.
Yeah, I love this. You just kind of line them up.
I never saw that.
In a single player game, so it's like doing battle, you know, with the game, or in a driving game, the steering wheel and the gas pedal, or the gun game, you have the gun, you feel the vibration of the gun, and just the whole experience is kind of, you're building this to like maximally stimulate and kind of suck the player into this alternate reality.
You're still going.
They're calling video games art, and who am I to argue with the big museums all around the country and Smithsonian? So I agree. I do think they are. They're certainly a part of our culture, and it doesn't look like they're going to go anywhere very soon.
Obviously, you know, the games today, it's gone farther than anyone could imagine. It's far